Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the Voice of Truth with Dean Geronimo and Mark Lee. All right, Mark, what'd you find out?
Still waiting to hear back from Jasmine. Trying to still reach her through the wonders of the internet. But in the meantime, what do you think about what's going on in Syria?
Oh, boy. We've once again jumped into something that really has nothing to do with us at all, in my opinion. Something that, my biggest thing is we never take care of home, and we worry about everyone else and what this country does or what they don't do, what they should be doing according to someone's idea, what they shouldn't be doing. And it's kind of irritating, because here we are worried about Syria, and I'm still trying to figure out why.
And apparently we like to mess with countries that have nothing to do with anything that we got issues that we got to deal with here in our own country. I mean, we got folks that are sitting there homeless in our own country that are sitting there, don't have a place to stay, are staying under bridges, staying in, beside churches, staying in a variety of places, and we're worried about what Syria is doing. So I'm thoroughly with you on that. There are too many other issues that are concern right here in this country that we need to be addressing, and we want to worry about what they're doing.
Yeah, we still haven't figured it out. We're still worried about what they're doing, and some people try to justify it. You don't understand. I don't want to understand until, I don't understand the opioid crisis either. I don't want to understand it. What I want to understand is what are we doing for all people, not only those who, let's wrong or right. I mean, let's right or wrong, for all those individuals that the crack epidemic destroyed, families that are destroyed. What's the plan for those individuals? Oh, nothing? Oh, okay then. I don't give a damn about Syria. It's sad
it's like
that it comes to the point where you're sending innocent, especially the younger individuals who join the military and they want to serve their country, but now they're slapped into the middle of this war, and they're like, how'd I get here? I don't want to be in a war, but yet and still, they get sucked into somebody else's madness. Someone who has no real...
And that's not even stuff that they don't understand.
Right. If you ask him to really tell you, or anybody, to really tell me what is really going on in Syria, well, we have to take care of it. No, that's not answering my damn question. I want you to explain to me, tell me why I should be okay with sending anybody over there for any reason. Syrians haven't done anything to us. So leave them the hell alone.
And that's what we should do. But no, we want to sit there and try to dictate to other people things that have, like you said, are not of concern to us. And then we, at the same time that we're doing this, then, they are I believe they are an OPEC nation, which means that that's going to affect the cost of gas, which means if you're a car driver, if you're one of those people that's fortunate enough to have your car and you're driving, your gases are going to go up. And then you're going to be sitting there whining about that. So, because I don't know, they're already, I believe we're already pushing near some ridiculous figures in certain parts of the country, and who knows, we get into some real madness. We might be dealing with 3, 5, it could get real crazy, the price of gas. And then folks will be wondering, like, wait a minute, you mean I got to spend almost half my salary on a tank?
On a damn tank of gas. Yeah. Yeah. And why? Well, for democracy, no. Give folks a decent wage. You still have people working for a federal minimum wage, which I don't believe has surpassed not even $9 an hour. So you have all these people that are working, and sometimes they work 2 and 3 jobs trying to make ends meet. But you can go and try to make Syria do something. How about you make and spend that money on the people who live here. To be honest, I still don't understand why we have to pay taxes. Like, we're paying taxes on stuff, and there's so many a tax for this and a tax for that. And how much money are you trying to extort from us?
Right.
Seriously. You could tell me what it's used for, but I can't see it.
Yeah, I believe this time, because of the way that it fell, the deadline is actually on tomorrow, the 17th. But a lot of people are like you. They're sitting there going like, what exactly am I spending this money for, and where is it actually benefiting me? I mean, yes, I understand that I'm supposed to give a certain percentage back to the government, but exactly what is it giving us in return? I mean, and a lot of times folks can't really give a good explanation.
Because they don't understand themselves. They'll tell you, this person has killed their own people. They shouldn't be killing their own people, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, if they want to dust off their whole country, that's none of my business. It's not. It's none of my daggone business. None.
But you got folks who want to try to make it their business, even though, like you said, it has nothing to do with their reality.
None at all. Not even their dream. It's almost like, what is really going on here? If you can tell me what's going on, I'll accept it. But you can't, because it's all BS. There's always some reason or another that we should jump into somebody else's stuff. And it never changes. It only gets worse.
Like I said, it usually has nothing to do with anything that's of real concern to us.
Right. What real concern does Syria have for, and maybe I'm biased, our people, and I say our people, meaning all of those who are against the oppression and the simple-mindedness and all of those different things, because it takes just more than just us.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And if you don't have someone to have your back, then all is lost. So explain to me why I should care. And then when you put it that way, then individuals question your patriotism and the everything else and say, well, if you don't like it here, you can just leave. Well, I never volunteered to leave. So since you're volunteering people to leave, why don't you go first and then send a postcard for wherever you end up? Because I don't have to leave.
Right, but they want to try to make But they want to try to make you leave. You had nothing to do with the whole situation in the first place.
Well, people like conflict, and they also like everyone to go along to get along. When you start asking questions, that's when you become the problem, because you should just, if we said we want to bomb this place or do this or do that, you shouldn't have a problem with it. Well, why shouldn't I have a problem with it? I should have a lot of problems with it, because it affects me too. It's not just you. They don't logically think, though. They just say, well, you need to get it together. No. I need to tell you something else, because what you're thinking doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense at all, but they want to try to make it like it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. They'll tell you, it should be this way, or it should be this, or it should be that. And if you don't like it, you can just leave. Okay, whatever. I still don't owe you anything.
But they want to try to make it seem like you owe them everything.
Oh, yeah. Because that's the way that they've been, conditioned to, I guess, try to punk you into feeling bad if you don't do certain things. Now, I don't owe you to do all this stuff. I never did. So if you have a problem with me, you just have a problem with me. I don't really much care. But at what point does the stupidity stop?
And there's got to be a point that it stops, but apparently they have not reached that point of wanting it to stop, even though I agree there's got to be a point that the stupidity stops, and we've got to deal with issues that they still not have addressed. I mean, have we really addressed the issue of the water in Michigan?
Not yet. Not yet.
So we're worried about
drinking tainted water, and we got people that getting really sick, drinking that water or what have you, and here they are worried about Syria. But I got people who have to use bottled water for everything, or boil the water that they have and pray they don't get sick. And you're telling me about, you're telling us we're going to go to war with Syria. Thank God they didn't choose to bomb us for all the stupid stuff we've done.
Exactly. And we've done some stupid stuff.
They really could say, you know what? Y'all don't treat y'all's people right. And every time we see it on the news, it's something else that is either racist, sexist, classist, or something. So we're going to bomb you all because, you're not taking care of your people. Thank God they didn't choose to do that.
If they had done that, we would all be in deep trouble, because there's been so many times that we've done some injustices that needed to be addressed and were not addressed. I mean, just think of if they had done that during the era of slavery, if they had done that during the era of the civil rights struggle, or even now when we've got people that are not getting correct education and things of that nature. So just think if they had done that during those things.
Mm-hmm. Thank God they did not.
Yeah, because they did that, we don't be in deep trouble.
Yeah, we wouldn't be talking on the show now. We would be somewhere suffering, trying to get stuff together,
Yep. But now they do not understand that for some reason. I do not understand why they don't understand it. But maybe they will figure it out at a later date. At least they are doing some positive things, though, because I did hear earlier today where in North Carolina they are actually have an original program where they are going to use the school bus and a Google lab. Yeah. So as you are going to school, apparently they're going to try this in various parts of the country, but as you are going to school, you can actually have some people there that will help you with your homework, and of course you'll have access to your internet. So it'll be just like you are on a regular city bus or on a train or something of that nature, but you'll be able to use Google as a means of while you're going to school. So they are doing some innovative kind of programming like that. So there are some good news every once in a while in the midst of all of the bad and crazy news.
Right.
So it's always good when you can find some of the positive things that are happening, and it doesn't always have to be the negative news, because we do know there is plenty of negative news around the world. So when I saw that they were using this, it sounded like they were going to use it in, I believe it was like 16 counties or something of that nature. So it was good that they were doing something that was on a more positive kind of stretch of imagination.